So this is the plan for what I'm going to be talking about on how to stay organized inside and outside the classroom. First things first, we're going to go over creating a binder, explain a planner, pencil grip, and this thing called Slorps, which is really just a fidget ball for if you have anxiety, ADHD, or you're on the autism spectrum. It can be very helpful in being present in the class, and it's just something you can have in your hands so that you can feel more calm when there might be a lot of stuff going on around you. So first we're just going to go over how to create a binder. So when it comes to binders, I love soft ring binders. And the reason why is when you go like this, like when I open it, you see this right here? That won't hurt you. It's really soft. That's why they call it the soft ring binders. You could click it just like that. Comes out, you could put it right in, just like going like that, and it stays tight. And that way you don't pinch yourself. Because sometimes when I was in a rush and I had to go to class, I remember that the older binders that I would use, it had like that thing where when you opened it, you could pinch yourself when you closed it. And those rings just didn't apply to me because the last thing you want to do is pinch and hurt yourself when closing your binders. So the soft ring are also lightweight, has that feature where it's really easy to open and close. And besides just the binder in and of itself, it's important to have your name on it. Because let's say you're having a hard day or you're just tired, or maybe you can be a slightly forgetful person. If that's you, it's good because have this here, because if your name is on it, then a teacher or a peer can identify that it's yours in case you leave it on your desk. Maybe it falls out of your backpack when you're walking from one class to the next. Or let's say you're in a family where you have a lot of siblings. This can help out your parents too, to be like, hey, this is your homework, Emily. Next thing, have the title and the name of the course like right here. So I put math and then I put who I have math with and the room number. That's really important because sometimes, especially in the first day in the beginning of a course or class, the last thing you want to do is worry where the class is or what your agenda is. For agenda, right here, if you print it out and you put it right in the front, it can help you to know, okay, this is where I go on this day, this is what I have, this and this, so that for the whole week I knew at a glance where I would be going. Then here you could have like your little flashcards for like study tools. And this part, I'm gonna real quick talk about this. So for the tabs, I found the colorful ones are really nice because it helped me to know in like a glance, like, okay, I just remembered like blue, that's notes. So I could just like flip to the blue section, and if I wanted the notes, I can have it there. I like to put paper in here. You can also put it in here, and that's nice to do. But the issue about putting it in here sometimes is that you want to like open it to take it out. And when your teacher's about to go to assignment, the best thing about this is you can just pull it right out. And you can just shimmy it right back in if you want, like that. So I put homework in the front, just because I know with me, when you want to turn in something, if it's at the front, it's easier to remember that, oh, I have to turn that in. So at the beginning of the day when you go to your class, if you open it and you put any like little notes, you could have it right here, or you could put it in right here. I had this for homework like notes, and then I just had like the day I had to turn in an assignment, I put it in right here. That way I knew exactly like it's go time, we're gonna turn it in. Then you can have like note paper here. I had like testing quizzes you could shove in another category because some teachers want you to keep your quizzes, others keep them for you. And then just extra paper, because I like having extra paper because I like to handwrite my notes. And then complete, so that's just all assignments. Like when you get back homework, I would put it in here in my completed section. So that's the first binder. Now I'm going to show you the second binder. That one to the side. Okay, this is the next one. It's important to know that you can also color code your binders for how you feel about like a subject. So for math, I did green, but when I was younger, I had red for math because it wasn't my favorite subject. So I thought of it like red, not the best for me. Like stop, I had to think through what I was doing. So if you color code your binders to all be different, it could also help train your brain to know in your backpack, like, okay, I need the green one because that's math, or maybe you want to make it red. totally optional. But the important part is to have them different colors so that at a quick glance you can assess which one they are so that you don't always have to rely on reading it. But I did the same thing here where I had my name here, and it's just like the other one where I had all the little pockets. And then the third one, just gonna lay it right here. I did this color. Same rings, I put it here. You might wonder why I put this for each binder. It's because let's say you go from one class to the next class and you put this binder in like your cubby or your backpack, and then when you're older you might use a locker. If it's not on you and you forgot that day to take a picture of your schedule, just having it always with you here is really important. So having it here, having a photo is helpful too, but especially for elementary school, you might not have a phone, so that's why having this just paper copy is it's really reliable, because then you don't have to worry about Wi-Fi or anything like that. Now the fun part. We just went over how to create your binder, which is using the 5-ring binders because they're softer, having paper in there, putting the homework near the front, but then after it's completed, putting it in the back so that you don't become a front stuffer person where you just keep everything in the front. And labeling it by the class that you're in, having your name there, and color coordinating it so at a glance you know which color is for which class. Now that we did that, you can check it right off. Next thing, I'm going to talk about how to use a planner and the importance of it. Here's a paper planner. I'll be showing you a paper planner because it's what I've been using. I find it to be really reliable, and checking things off help me feel a sense of accomplishment. And sometimes with school, when you go from thing to thing, it feels good to give yourself little rewards like, hey, I got this done, I'm doing well, we got this. So what's important what I have here is I put my little post-it at the top, that way I know which day to go to. So for here, I'll show you. I put my technology, so tech reading up here, and then I checked it off. I then had morning class homework, did that, and then I uploaded my video about myself, and that was for my morning class. And after I completed each one, I checked it off, and it helped me to be able to know at a glance what I had to do. I didn't have to do them in that order. I chose to do that in that order just because that went from hardest to easiest for me. Then this is what I have for today and what I'm going to be doing. And it's just been really nice because it allows you to be able to organize yourself and to do what is harder first and then end on the easy note. That way you can get it done faster. Like that one took me 3 minutes to do. The other one took me longer to get done. Wasn't a ton of work, it's more work having to read something versus uploading a 1-minute video and taking like 2 minutes to just prepare for like what you want to say about it. So, in doing the harder one first, it works for me because you have more steam and energy going in the beginning of when you start your homework. And then after you do some work, at least I know for myself, you get tired over time. So if you organize it so that you get to end with the easier stuff, it just feels like things are going at a faster pace then for you. Now that we finished going off of explaining planner, and that is helpful because you get to organize your homework for the day. You can just start with the hardest and then the easiest, just because then you have more steam at the beginning of when you're doing homework. And it's reliable. You get to check it off just like I'm doing here. Each little check makes me smile because we're halfway through now because I get to check this off. See, only 2 little things left. So, time to talk about the pencil grip. Here are some grips that you can use. If your child doesn't like this, that is totally okay too. I'm showing this because I want to be a special education teacher. So this is really important if your student struggles with being able to handwrite things because their grip is slipping a lot. Finger grips like these for pencils really help. I chose this one to put in here because if your student happens to have a little bit of anxiety, this can be kind of helpful because they can pull it, these little like hairs here, while they're sitting down, and it can be like a fidget that they can also use when they're doing homework. And unlike other fidgets, it's quite quiet, as you can hear. Like, yeah, it makes a little noise, but it's okay, especially in a room where most people are talking, unless they're doing their assignment, in which case they can even just feel like their finger like this. Like, you see how quiet that is? It's really quiet, and it can help the student calm down in a classroom. If your student doesn't like these ones, comes in pink, you can also have purple, orange. You can get this style. You can see little shapes. It's all for what best feels good in your hands. So these are what finger grips look like. They have a lot of different styles that you can have. Some are like a triangle. These are just the ones that I got from Target, and I like them because they are fun to play with, and when you're working on it, unlike these ones, like you see, if you use this one, like you can, the pencil, like in the backpack, when the other pencil hits the other one, you can like make marks on it, which is okay, but if you're a person that likes things clean, these ones stay clean are a lot easier. See, like there's no markings or dirt marks on this. So if your student likes things tidy, I would recommend this type and this style. So we just went over pencil grips, and the importance of using them is that they can help, especially if a student is struggling with their handwriting and they keep moving their grip and their finger placement on there. It can help them. They can use it to calm them down, like going like this one that I showed earlier. If they don't like that and it's too distracting, they can also use the other ones that I showed. Last one. So Slorbs, I will show you right now. Very easy and simple what they are. So these are Slorbs. They come in a variety of colors. These are just 4 of the colors that they happen to have. I like them because when you squish them, like it's just air. So let's say you have a student that does it too often and it breaks. Just so you know, they're very hard to break. I have not broken one yet, and the students that I have given this to have not broken one either, so they're pretty durable, which I enjoy. But if they did break them, let's just say hypothetically, it's just air inside. So there will be no mess to have to clean up, which is very handy because some stress balls that they have out there have like this glue stuff that when they break, it can get over the child's outfit, their hands, and their desk and homework. So these have no mess, which is really fun. If your student, let's say elementary kid or older, but I'm saying elementary because I want to be an elementary teacher, if they are scared of the dark, just happen to be, and if they play with these outside, then at nighttime they will glow in the dark, which is really fun. And if they have like a little anger thing, if they throw it, it will stick to like a wall or surface and then slowly slide down. The best part that I love about these is if they get dirty, you run them underwater and the dirt and all the stuff comes right off. It is the easiest fidget to clean, in my opinion. And that's really fun, especially working with students in the special education department who at times really like things to stay clean. These will be clean and very easy to clean. If your student isn't in the special education room, you can also get these. If you're also older, you can have these. You don't have to be in elementary school to want one, but you can start as young as elementary school if you would like. Why are these helpful? Let's say you're sitting in class and you're wanting to like fidget with something and squeeze it. These are really fun because you can sit, and sometimes when a student is stressed in school, having something to just squeeze and sit with is really comforting, and it can help them pay attention in class better. Some people like Play-Doh, or they have like the little pop-it things. They are really fun. I have one right over here for people who like them, the pop-it ones. But the issue, like you can hear, is they make noise, which is okay, but if you compare that to this, like the noise is a lot quieter for these. So I would recommend using these. Those are nice too, but if you get those dirty, they don't wipe off and clean as easy. So now we're getting to the end of the video. I get to check off Slorbs because we just went over that. Just to wrap up, we went over how to create a binder. Color coding is really important, and the soft frame binders are easier to open and close. Planners are important because you can check things off and have little successes along the way. Pencil grips are really helpful, especially if you are struggling to keep that grip placement going when you're learning how to handwrite something. Slorbs are fun because you can squeeze them, they fit in your hand, they're small and easy to clean. I hope you found this helpful. These are all little things that you can stay organized in and outside the classroom.